Hello, seniors and parents. My name is Adria Herscher. I'm the Activities Director at Overland. This is your makeup graduation meeting required for all seniors and parents. We will be taking attendance at the end of this video. And then I'll also be moving pretty quickly, but it is a video, so feel free to stop, rewind. It's also helpful to have two devices, one to watch the presentation, and then another, maybe your phone, that you can utilize some of the links that I have in a QR code. So you can pause the video and go immediately to those to order if you need. At the end of this, I also provide my email as well as my secretary, Jennifer Taylor, in case you have questions that were not answered in this video. The agenda items I'll be covering include what I think are all of the things that we are definitely doing, and then some things that are in the works to celebrate your seniors the way that they deserve best. One thing I will mention is we are still in this pandemic in many ways, and so details are going to change. And so I might be vague at times about what this means because I want to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. So as far as numbers of people allowed at events and more specifics, I might not know those yet, and they might change a lot. So I would encourage you to please check your email often. If you see any emails from the school or the district, check those often. Seniors, check your Schoology, and then everybody make sure that you're checking your Overland website. If you go to the top tab, there's a tab that says Activities and Clubs. There's a lot of information in there for you. So we have had our first round of cap and gown photos. These are not required. These are fun if you are interested in them. A company called Kirchhoff Studio comes to take pictures of your senior in a loaner cap and gown and diploma. You will not get your cap and gown until May 17th checkout day, even elevation students. So if you missed that opportunity to take pictures, they will be back here at Overland this Thursday and Friday, April 8th and 9th, during both lunches. If you're an elevation student, you can either come to one of those makeup dates during lunches, which run about 11:30 until 2 o'clock. Or if you are not comfortable coming into the building, please call the number I have on the screen to schedule an appointment with them to go out to their location in Parker. One thing I will remind you of with all of these events is it is so important, if you're not feeling well, to stay home. Other senior items, I'm going to dig into these in more detail in a couple of other slides. So I wanted to jump into those, but we will be talking about Jostens, not just cap and gown, but if you ordered anything else from Jostens. We'll talk about the yearbook and how to still order one. I have a link for that. We'll talk about the senior shirts for all seniors that we are taking care of this year. And we've got some yard signs. So the first thing I'd love for you to do is pause this tape for a moment and pull out that phone and pull up your camera app and go to this QR code. This is if you have not yet ordered a cap and gown and it is not too late. I will say though, the price probably goes up another $10 at the end of April. So it does behoove you to order early. So go to this link. What I have at this link is the most basic cap, gown, tassel package. That's all you technically need for the graduation ceremony. You would put in your address and credit card info, but it will be delivered to Overland and we will distribute everything. So nothing comes to your house. It all comes here. Anything that is not cap and gown related is going to be passed out by Jostens later this week if you've already ordered it. Things like if you ordered mugs or special tassels, or if you ordered announcements. And I'll just mention to you now, I've gotten a lot of questions about this. Announcements and tickets and invitations are not the same thing. If you send 50 announcements out to your friends and family, those are not tickets to get into graduation. What an announcement is stating to your friends and family that you are graduating and we're proud of you. And you might put a senior picture in there. You might put a cap and gown picture in there. You put a name card in there that's really awesome. And it's on our specific Overland crest. And a lot of times your family might send you back a check as a congratulations. So it's a pretty cool thing to order. You can go to this QR code that I have provided for the basic cap and gown and you can click on some other links to shop for other items as well. You will not get your cap and gown and tassel until senior checkout day on May 17th. That also goes for our Elevation seniors. If you are at Elevation, you are likely going to check out at Overland, and there will be an Elevation representative to start your process. If you've not yet ordered a yearbook, I strongly encourage you to do so. I'm not sure that they have a lot left, so you should probably pause right now again and go to this QR code and order a yearbook. If you have any questions about yearbooks, you should specifically email Miss White at cwhite33@cherrycreekschools.org. And then here is the link for the free senior shirt. And I really want you to go to this link because we want to provide a senior shirt for every single senior, but I am only going to purchase them for the seniors that want them, because I'd rather spend the rest of that money on other fun activities for you. So in order to not waste money, I will only be ordering senior shirts if you place an order here. You do have to be logged into your Creek Mail. So if you have issues with this, I'd ask that you stop by activities or that you email me at ahersher@cherrycreekschools.org, and that will be available at the end as well in case you have issues. This was based on a design contest, by the way, where seniors were able to submit a design, and then we narrowed it down to the top 5, and then the student body voted on who the winning shirt was. And so on the front will be that shirt design, which you can see by going to that QR code. And on the back will be listed every senior's name, whether you're here or at Elevation, and whether you make it across the finish line or not. We will honor you on this shirt. And then I also have these yard signs that we purchased for every senior to put either in your yard or in your window. You just have to stop by activities for these. If you're an Elevation student, you may stop by the front security desk, and there are some up there as well. Some other things I want you to know that we're focusing on for you. We will make a prom happen. I don't know exactly what it can look like yet. We will have the big reveal of the theme for it next week. We are still under some regulations from how many people we can have in any given space. So I just ask your patience here on more information. But what I said in the first meeting was we will have a prom. So whether you want to get all decked out and dress up, go buy a dress, do it. If you want to dress down a little bit, that's going to be okay too. And we will have indoor and outdoor spaces based on your level of comfort around this pandemic. We're planning a senior versus staff basketball game on April 27th. This would be right after school. Academic awards are typically for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, but this year on April 28th, we are just going to focus on our seniors to hopefully be able to invite parents into that as well in person in the West Gym. Academic awards will be at 6 p.m. on April 28th. More to come there, but I will say that if your student is getting an award, you will get an invitation to the awards ceremony 2 weeks before. So stay tuned for that. May 10th, kind of in place of senior exit assembly, we would be doing a field day and food trucks type thing where your senior will miss half of the school day on Monday of their last week in school. So Monday, seniors would go to all of their A classes, and then from 11:30 to 3 o'clock, we're going to have a special event for them outside with food trucks and games and fun to really celebrate them the way that they deserve. Last year during the pandemic, we couldn't come into the building to do checkout and to collect all the things that you had checked out to you. So we did kind of a car parade where we also collected all of the things. We decided it was such a cool thing that we're still going to do the car parade on May 28th. I believe the times will be from noon to 2, and we're going to invite seniors and your families to decorate some cars and drive through the parking lot. We'll have a DJ. We'll have probably a spot to take a picture in front of your Commit to Graduate banner. You won't be turning anything in or collecting anything at this, so it should move pretty quickly. And we'll have all of your teachers out waving at you, cheering you on. Graduation, I'll talk more about this at the end of this presentation, but it will be June 9th. at Stutler Bowl, and I am currently waiting to hear what the limit number of family members to come is. I don't know that information yet. Again, remember at the beginning, I asked you to be patient on that as we make our way through all of this. And I have to wait until I hear from the state and the district. It takes some time to make its way to final decisions. So thank you for your patience there. So I already mentioned the May 10th half day. That's the food trucks and field day. Then seniors will actually go to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday classes as normal to finish up any assignments, turn things in, get your teacher's signature that says you passed, you did it. Then you will come back for a specific checkout process on May 17th. The time for this is not determined yet because we have to work with Elevation as well to make sure that all of our Elevation students can also check out at the same time. But this is when you would turn in and say, I've finished, I'm done, give me my cap and gown. We'll also most likely have your yearbooks handed out to you starting on May 10th. But May 17th would be the day that Elevation students would get your yearbook if you ordered one. So yearbooks will show up that last week, May 10th or May 17th, if you hadn't picked it up yet or are an Elevation student. On senior checkout day, if you take care of things early, you'll be able to go straight to the fun part of the line where you get your cap and gown. The other thing that you get with your cap and gown is any other regalia. So any other, if you're a valedictorian, you get your valedictorian medal or other honor stoles and cords. These are only stoles and cords that have been earned by being in school at Overland. So the only stuff you're allowed to wear, and I'll talk about this at the end, the only things you're allowed to wear at graduation are the approved regalia that is in your bag that you get with your cap and gown at senior checkout. Now, something that's really important to know is you might have fees, senior fees show up, not just senior fees. You might have class fees show up, technology fees, maybe book fees. You might have things show up throughout the year. So please check your fees often and pay them as often as you can. If there's an issue with a fee, you can email me and I'll get you to the right person who oversees that fee. You can also go see our librarian, Miss Longcore, because she's really passionate about making sure that you're not just charged for a bunch of things that you shouldn't be charged for, but that we can help you find those items and turn them in. I will say, many of you had a laptop and charger checked out to you during remote learning. So those do need to be turned back in before checkout. If you need to hold on to them longer, please come to the school and contact our technology department or Mr. Lindeman, Ben Lindeman. You can contact him if you need to hold on to it longer or if you want to turn it in sooner. Otherwise, I believe they're going to be collecting those on May 13th and 14th. And it is super important that we get those back so our future Blazers have access to them. There's also a graduation agreement, and this is in fact changed. So your graduation agreement is actually going to be due before you can attend any of these end of the year senior events. So I will be emailing and putting this up on the website. I've been handing it to students that are in the building. If you did not get one from in the building, come to activities. If you are an Elevation student and you don't see my email about the graduation agreement, please email me, A. Hersher. I'll have this at the end of the video again. In order for you to participate in all of the senior activities and graduation, you will have to sign this agreement that you will be following the rules of the school that you've been following for the last 4 years. You'll make good choices to continue to make these events feel safe for everybody that's involved. I already vaguely mentioned technology fees. We really just need your laptop and your charger back. If you have questions, please contact Mr. Lindeman. And I did mention to check your fees often. All right, now we get to talk about the exciting stuff. And in case my face is covering up all the information, it just says that graduation will be Wednesday, June 9th at 8 a.m. at Stutler Bowl. And if you saw how graduation worked last year, it's going to be very similar, although we will have a stage in the middle of the field and then 4 areas with graduates based on your last name. So the first quarter of the alphabet will be in one section, the next quarter in the next section, different section for the third quarter and fourth quarter of last names. So family, you're going to know where your student is sitting because you're going to probably walk in with them. They'll walk straight down to the field with a name card and they'll be in their cap, gown, and tassel. And you can sit somewhere close to where you can see them. Graduation will also be live streamed. So some things to talk about. I mentioned the name card and the seating by alphabetical order by your last name. You're not going to be in definite alphabetical order. You're just going to be in sections based on your last name. So last name A might be sitting next to somebody with the last name of C or D because you're in the first quarter of the alphabet. But you'll have a name card. You'll bring it to the name reader. They read your name. Your family goes crazy for you. And you go back to your seat. So there is not a rehearsal like you might have experienced if you've had other students graduate from Overland. There is no rehearsal, and that really just has to do with where we are in the pandemic right now and getting that amount of people together in one space at one time. There are just still limits to that. And then when you get your name read and you walk across and you actually just receive a diploma cover. And then directly after the ceremony, you'll exit and there will be tables set up for you to get your actual diploma from your counselor, most likely. Any of the rest of your cumulative file that you typically get during all of the end of the school year stuff, you'll get that at senior checkout day. So the only thing that you'll have to go get after the ceremony is your physical diploma. If you're interested in being a speaker or a performer at our graduation ceremony, we will be having auditions right after school on May 4th. So stay tuned on how to sign up for those auditions. The attire that you're expected to wear. This is a big event for you. So you are expected to dress nice. Ladies, it helps if you wear lower heels because otherwise you might stab into the grass, making it really uncomfortable for you. Nobody is allowed to wear tennis shoes or jeans. Don't bring your purses. Don't bring anything. There's literally nowhere for you to put it. So all you're supposed to bring is your cap and gown and tassel. And then maybe you give your parents the rest of your stuff. And then per district policy, students are not allowed to decorate your cap or your gown, or as I mentioned, you can't wear anything that's not on this approved regalia list. So if it didn't come in your goodie bag that we give you with your cap and gown, you can't wear it to graduation. If you end up wanting to have other cords that reflect you as a person or your culture or the military, you can get those, but you just can't wear them at our ceremony. Maybe you wear those for a graduation party or something. So we will be checking. We'll have a couple of extra caps in case you show up with your cap decorated. We'll swap it out. We'll give you yours back. But that is above me. So please, please, please do not try to decorate your cap. Okay, so here is my email address, and Miss Taylor is my assistant. I'm going to give you a moment to pause this for attendance sake, and I'm going to make sure that I don't have anything else that came up questions-wise. Please email me if you have any questions. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we're going to get through the end of this senior year and celebrate your kids as much as we can. Thanks so much.